My secretary said you had an emergency. How can I help you, Johnny Smarts?
I would like you to meet my dad, Richie Megabucks, who would like to retain you as his attorney. Attorney Jack Strongarm, my employee stole $200,000 from my business. It's my life savings.
I can get your money back from that thief. No problem. Just a few details. I have a retainer agreement for you to sign, as well as a statement of client rights.
Attorney Strongarm, I'm in my first year at Smart Law School. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't understand what these documents say.
Don't worry, they contain typical legal language. See my law degree on the wall. I'm sorry, you must be thirsty. Janine, a cup of coffee for my good friend Richie.
I don't really understand what they say either.
They are really unimportant. I would like to take both of you out to dinner. You must be hungry. Boys, this is the best restaurant in town. I will only bill you for the food, not for my company. We now have some business to attend to. As the retainer agreement provides, I will need a check for $20,000.
$20,000? You must be kidding. When Johnny called up, you said you would take the case on contingency. In other words, you would only be paid if you win the case.
Johnny must have misunderstood. My fee for this kind of case is $500 an hour for each hour I work on your case. The odds of recovery are small, but I will do my best. Johnny, you seem to have an itch.
$20,000. My dad can't afford that. He told you his employee stole all his money. By the way, you did tell me you would take the case on contingency.
Look, Pipsqueak, your dad is on the hook. Don't they teach you ethics at Smart Law School? I'm going to throw my weight around if you disagree with me anymore.
Attorney Strongarm, have you handled this type of case before?
Well, kind of.
You should have told us whether this is the kind of case that you do not regularly handle. Kind of is a wishy-washy way of saying I don't have experience with your case.
Well, you are bound by the retainer agreement. Now write me a check for $20,000 and we will call it a day.
Well, here we are back at the best restaurant in town. What do you think, son? We have been taken. Haven't we?
You are entitled to have your attorney conduct himself or herself ethically in accordance with the Code of Professional Responsibility. Dad, we are not going to let Strongarm get away with this. I thought he was a fine, ethical lawyer, but he is nothing more than a crook, like the crook who stole your life savings. Dad, the money you spent on my legal education was not wasted. In ethics class I was told you can file a complaint with the Bar Association or the courts against Strongarm. Dad, I also read the Statement of Client Rights. You are entitled to be treated with courtesy and consideration at all times. You are entitled to an attorney capable of handling your legal matter competently and diligently, in accordance with the highest standards of the legal profession. You are entitled to be charged a reasonable fee and to have your lawyer explain at the outset how the fee will be computed and the manner and frequency of billing. You may refuse to enter into a fee arrangement that you find unsatisfactory. In the event of a fee dispute, you may have the right to seek arbitration. You are entitled to have your questions and concerns addressed in a prompt manner and to have your telephone calls returned promptly. You are entitled to be kept informed as to the status of your matter and to receive copies of papers. You are entitled to sufficient information to participate in your matter.
You know, Johnny, we will follow every avenue against this no-good attorney to get our retainer back and to file a grievance with the Bar Association in the courts. We learned an important lesson in finding a lawyer. We must ask the right questions when meeting a lawyer for the first time. Don't be impressed by lawyers' offices and crisp suits. Your money goes to pay for them. Don't be intimidated by a lawyer in asking every question you feel is relevant. Don't pay hard-earned money for a lawyer's time in learning an unfamiliar area of law. Examine a retainer letter before signing. Take it home with you to study before you sign. Ask the lawyer to take out unreasonable provisions from the retainer agreement. Ask about legal billing to avoid sticker shock. Anticipate expenses of legal representation by asking the lawyer to estimate future fees. Ask the lawyer to explain the difference between contingency and non-contingency fees. Ask the lawyer beforehand on what fee basis your case would be taken. Ask the lawyer who will be responsible for costs such as examining a party or witness under oath and who will be responsible to pay for experts, if needed.
Dad, you didn't mention to request status updates from a lawyer and to be informed when your retainer is about to be used up. Dad, we should ask some of our attorney friends about the issues relating to terminating the attorney-client relationship.
What I learned in Spages, don't be complacent. Get all the particulars of the engagement in writing. Examine your retainer agreement carefully. Ask to clarify what you don't know.
Dad, above all, you must be proactive. Ask for frequent status updates and advance warnings of large expenses. I never learned all this in law school.